Nothing Stephen Strange learned in medical school could prepare him for an attack by an evil sorceress from the fourth dimension. A villainess who can only be stopped by an earthly master of the mystic arts.
Come and take him into our domain.
Now it's up to Stephen Strange to take the place of the Earth's last sorcerer.
Have I become the sorcerer?
You should learn whose powers to respect.
Come along for a fantastic adventure into the fourth dimension with Doctor Strange.
Hello, everybody. This is Dane.
This is JR himself.
And we are
The Cult Lords.
All right. Now, today we are going to review the movie with spoilers, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
It's a mouthful. It's
It is such
maddening just saying the title.
It is so, you have to say it very carefully. Now, this is going to be an interesting review because we're going to try something different. And I'll just go real quick to explain what our thought process has been. So, as you've known, this channel continues to evolve. And when we did our original reviews, I think the first, 5 episodes, we just did it all together in one long video take. We would do an Act 1, an Act 2, and Act 3. Then we kind of listened to everybody. That was a little long, so we broke up the acts for the next set of videos and reviews. We would break up Act 1, which would come out like on a Monday, Act 2 on a Wednesday, Act 3. But as Dane and I sit and talk, we're like, if we continue to do this, we really only get one movie out a week this way. And there's so many movies we want to review. So we can't review all of the movies we want to see by just doing it in this format. So what we've decided to do is we're going to double up on you guys. And we're going to do 2 types of movie reviews every week. Hopefully. That's the goal. Okay?
The noble goal.
It's the noble goal. We'll give it the old college try, and we'll see if we can do it.
Whip out the Gipper.
But we will continue to do the long-form reviews for one special movie every week.
Yeah.
But then we want to do a rapid review of a different movie. Chop. And make it a quick little 15-minute spoiler review. And so we're going to try it on this first one with Doctor Strange. Right?
Yep.
Anything you want to add to that, Dane?
Well, we did just release the the Raw review.
The Raw review.
And that was definitely raw right out of the movie theater.
See how many variants of reviews we did?
This is the rapid review now.
This is the rapid review. So just a week after introducing the long form review.
Right.
The Cult Lords, now in
The rapid review.
Every week we're going to have a new review type.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 reviews a week. We're going to have your standard long form with the 3 acts, and we'll still do a top 8. We know a lot of our fans love the top 8s. And then, but then we're going to do a rapid review on some other movie.
Right, because sometimes movies just don't need a long form review.
No, they
there's
don't.
not enough going on, and to go into every single detail, while it's interesting, we think it's interesting, and it always leads to better conversations a lot of times. It just takes so long to do.
We'll try to do like some of the bigger movies with a long form review, but some of the other movies that we just want to see, we're going to do rapid reviews. So
I mean, we've had some like the Spoiler Kings, one of our channel partners. They kind of threw the gauntlet down to watch Licorice Pizza, and I don't think we want to do an hour and a half review.
We don't want to do
that
a 3-act, hour and a half review of Licorice Pizza.
So that will probably end up as a what is it called now? Rapid review.
Rapid review. So we are going to review Licorice Pizza because Spoiler Kings, they want to know what we think.
Drop the gauntlet.
They want to know what we think, and we love watching Spoiler King stuff. So we'll put a link in this so you can go to our channel partners, Spoiler Kings, check them out, and we'll do Licorice Pizza. But before we start the review, Dane, on Doctor Strange, what should our viewers do for us.
Right. Well, as always, we love subscribers.
Yes.
Join the cult. Press the red button down below, please. We're what, at
169.
169 as of today. So we're slowly growing, obviously, with everyone's help. But we could definitely use more help and, try to enter other people's minds like they do in the movie. What did they call that? Dream walk into other people and get them to press the red button.
Yes.
And
even your likes help, because the more likes we get, the more it kind of moves up in the algorithms, right? Mm-hmm.
And we want comments too, because we want to keep a conversation going, and we love to hear things back from people about movies they've seen and what they thought of our reviews.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times we're doing this kind of in a vacuum.
Sometimes we're like, what did people think? We know 57 people watched it, but what did they think? So definitely leave some comments. Mm-hmm. All right, Dane. So we did our spoiler-free review yesterday after we just saw the movie.
Yep.
Had a nice drink at
One or Twosies.
Anthem Ale House in Naperville, Illinois. So if you want to see the spoiler-free review, you can go see that on our channel. But we're gonna get into the spoilers now and talk a little bit about it. So Dane. This movie opens up and, you already got action going on. Actually, it starts off with a wedding.
Yes. You kind of see his life and how boring he is, or he missed out dating, marrying supposedly the love of his life, Christine, I think her name was.
Right.
Rachel McAdams played that character. And, she kind of gave it to him a little bit there, like, well, you had your chance.
Well, what happened
You blew it.
This is, if you think about it, this is interesting to see how life changes for people, because what happened was during the Thanos snap, Doctor Strange is gone for 5 years. So what happens is he's gone. She falls in love with somebody else during that 5 years.
Or somebody swoops in.
So a lot of that would have happened during that Thanos snap, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so, she says, well, you had your chance, but he was like, well, I was kind of
busy,
gone for 5 years. You know what I mean? So
it's a little busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But
and then of course chaos starts happening across the street, right?
Right. Chaos.
This giant octopus creature shows up.
You're right. And you know what? The wedding wasn't the first thing. The first thing was you did see a big chase going on through like outer space or whatever, some sort of in-between multiverse where American Chavez, right, is being chased by some demon,
newly introduced
and a
character.
Doctor Strange, a Doctor Strange, is trying to help her escape,
right? Because
the demon wants to suck up her power, right?
Yep.
And
so it's pretty like you think you're in that reality, and then what happens? He wakes up.
Right.
It was just a nightmare, he thinks, at that time.
He did. But what we learn is it was a different Doctor Strange.
Right.
So
we should just declare that now.
Declare it, Dave.
Declare it.
Yes.
They've now established if you dream, you're actually dreaming of yourself in another universe, in one of the multiverse. So that actual reality where he's fighting the demon and everything, well, not he, another Doctor Strange in another universe is doing it. So dreaming in our time, our universe, means you're actually reliving or living your other self in another universe.
Man, my other self is so lucky. But anyways.
mine's naked all the time, running around in the library. I don't get that one.
All right.
Swimming in the air. That guy loves swimming.
So during the wedding, there's something going on down the street. Doctor Strange goes from civilian to superhero like that. And goes to check it out and sees that there's a big one-eyed demon monster, kaiju, attacking the city. And, American Chavez is involved. And so
new character they've introduced, which I'm assuming she's going to have a permanent role now. She's kind of a super person.
Yeah.
So we'll deal in that in a little bit. But
so her, Doctor Strange and suddenly the Sorcerer Supreme, I can't think of his name, Wong? Is that his name?
I think it's Wong, but that could be very easily
shows up, and they take down this demon. But what they learn is that American Chavez has traveled something like 76 multiverses already.
73. This one was the 73rd. Yep. Oh. And on that note, we never talked about the special drink.
Oh, that's right.
Of course, we normally will
We're trying to go rapid and we're
going
forgetting
rapid and we forgot. This one's called La Strega. It's an Italian digestif from Benevento, Italy since 1860. And the reason it's called La Strega, in Italian that means witch, because this town is known, according to folklore, as the place where all the witches of the world will every year meet.
Okay.
And so this has been around for a super long time, but as I mentioned, it's a digestif.
Well, stop your witching and start.
It's made with
pouring.
Now, it's totally different than what we've drunk normally, so get ready.
Oh, you've tasted this already?
Well,
yeah.
You can see there's something missing, right?
Yeah, okay. you pre-tasted this to make sure.
It's very thick. This is supposed to be a drink you drink after dinner, so it helps you digest your food and kind of calms your stomach. So, but it's made with 70 different botanicals.
So at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning, this is going to taste really good.
It's noon, by the way.
Okay, whatever.
So La Strega, try it after your Doctor Strange experience, but let's see what you say.
Wait a second. Woo, well, there is a taste to that.
Anise.
Cinnamon.
Ginger. I mean, 70 different things.
Anise, isn't that what's in...
licorice.
Okay, I was thinking, what's that one alcohol that we had where you burn a sugar cube with a spoon?
That's wormwood. That's absinthe.
No, absinthe.
But absinthe, I think, yes, it does have anise into it too. So,
all right. All right.
Yep.
All right, the magic is working already. So let's continue.
All right.
The Doctor Strange.
So he goes and meets the witch.
He goes and meets
played by Elizabeth Olsen, the charming Elizabeth Olsen.
Very attractive Elizabeth Olsen.
Well, so they reveal it so fast in the movie. So he goes and meets her. Mm-hmm. They're walking in the orchard, which supposedly is
beautiful.
Right, is after WandaVision, which we talked about. Yeah. So you've already got this whole history of her character from WandaVision that's coming into this movie.
Yes.
And we talked about this yesterday that, you kind of thought, well, WandaVision ended as a tragically, storyline in the sense of her motherhood and all that, but it ended on a good note. She kind of came to her senses and everything. Well, then as soon as he goes into the orchard, he realizes that...
This isn't the same Wanda I know.
I know. There's
and then
something
she goes, he figured it out. And then she, takes away all these beautiful orchid trees, and it's all like a burnt out,
like a hellscape.
Like second plane of hell or something, you know what I mean? And
Duke Nukem would love it there.
Yeah.
So she reveals that she's the one who's been bringing all these demons in because she wants to get... I don't know how fast this happens, but two and two together. She wants the power of America,
Chavez,
right, Chavez, because she wants the ability to traverse, universe to universe to universe. Right. Because she, in our universe, which is what we're always talking about, her kids died, she didn't have kids, right? Or did they die?
No,
in WandaVision.
They were made up kids, and they died.
Okay,
right?
So that's right. In WandaVision, they were made up kids.
Yeah.
But in other realities, she found out they actually exist.
Yes.
And because she was so heartbroken that her kids were basically her fake kids were taken away from her.
You need to watch WandaVision to understand this.
That she now is on a mission to get into one of these other universes and basically have real kids.
Right. So, once that happens, suddenly they are traversing multiverses to, and what Doctor Strange is doing is he's going to try to find this book so he can do an incantation to neutralize the witchcraft of the Scarlet Witch, Wanda.
Right.
And meanwhile, Scarlet Witch is like, where is she at? Where is she at? She wants this America Chavez so she can basically drain her power. So everybody is flipping through multiverses looking for each other or looking for whatever they are. But what's interesting is the travels take Doctor Strange to a different multiverse where he becomes kind of a captive for a moment. Remember?
Right. Well, because he finds out that in other universes, he's kind of considered the bad guy because he made this dramatic choice to take on the power because he thought that was the only way to steal her power. Yeah. Ironically, he's the bad guy in a lot of these universes.
Yes.
Because he steals America Chavez's power in order to battle Thanos, right? And then they realized there's no way, he's got too much power, so they either ended up killing him, the other superheroes.
Yeah, they had to kill him. And when he was in one of those multiverses, when he went to the Strange headquarters, there's a huge statue of him, right? Saying, thank you for saving us versus Thanos. But that was put out there because they wanted for the public to think he was a hero, when in reality, they all knew he had turned kind of evil.
They did it as a secret thing just to make the public have a hero to worship, quote unquote.
Right.
And then that's when you see Dr. X is there.
Well, so I was about to say, so then when he's in this universe, he's taken captive, right? And taken to this place, a part of this multiverse. And
it was kind of like a Justice League.
Yeah.
In this universe, they have not Captain America, it's a female. It's Captain Carter.
It's Captain Carter. It's
that actress playing.
Haley Atwell, who is Sarah Carter.
You got Patrick Stewart back as Doctor Strange, who seems to be the head of this
Professor X.
Professor X.
Yeah.
This is just an example of how confusing some of this movie is, because there's so many people that show up.
Do you know who Anson Mount is, the actor?
No.
Did you ever see...
Is this the vocal guy? The guy with the fork?
Black Bolt?
No, I don't know.
Anson Mount, he was in Hell on Wheels. Did you ever see Hell on Wheels on AMC?
No.
Okay, so he was a great actor on that show, but he plays Black Bolt. Then you got John Krasinski, and who everybody has always said he would make a great Rex Reed for Fantastic Four. There he is.
Your wishes have been granted. You're welcome.
Your wishes have been granted.
He shows up as Rex Reed.
Yeah.
Good Rex Reed.
Right. There was a Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was now the same woman who played in the second 007 in the last James Bond movie.
Okay. Yeah.
And because they've completely switched that character now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Alison Brie, and now it's
Lashana Lynch.
Lashana Lynch is playing Captain Marvel, which was Alison Brie, so totally different, viewing. And then there was, who was the guy with the pitchfork that Doctor Strange made fun of that could do the big vocal thing? Remember, he's like...
That was Black Bolt.
Oh, that was Black Bolt.
Anson Mount.
And then there was one more on the other side of him. Right?
No, I don't think so.
I thought there was...
I think that was... It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the Illuminati...
No, I want to spend an hour figuring this out.
No, and Doctor Strange is telling them, guys, you got to be careful. There's a powerful magic coming this way. And it's the Scarlet Witch, and they're like laughing.
Doing dream walking.
Yeah. And they kind of laugh and mock him, like, oh, we've handled so much before.
Pshaw.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Look, we've got you captured.
Suddenly there's a big boom, like in an earlier chamber, the foyer. So they all get up and they go there, and guess what? Scarlet Witch takes them out in like 2 minutes.
Right.
All of them. All of them takes them out.
I mean, and actually kills them all.
Kills them.
I mean, Captain America, which they didn't show, with the shield
Captain
basically.
Britain. Yeah.
Captain Britain's cut in half.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Reed Richards is like torn into strands, right?
Right.
Then,
she rips him apart like a rubber
Black
band.
Bolt, like his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
shut.
And then he's shut, and then it blows his brain out.
Yeah, like.
So, but that.
And then Captain Marvel, you think. A lot of people say that Captain Marvel is the most powerful hero in the universe. Took care of Captain Marvel. We're like, no problem.
Nice big statue fell on her after knocking her out or whatever. And yeah, I mean, then and so they're basically, the point here is the Scarlet Witch, if she's hell-bent on something, she's going to get it.
Yeah.
Although I will say this. What I thought was kind of BS is it's Elizabeth Olsen in no armor whatsoever. She's wearing like Lulu pants because she's a mom. Remember in that part when she's all bloodied up and everything? It's like she's still getting thrown around. I mean, there's still physical injuries, but somehow she's not really doesn't seem like be taking a beating as much as everyone else is. Even though they're like
maybe her power allows her to heal. Maybe she's got a little Wolverine in her.
Well, maybe.
So.
But I just thought they were kind of bending the rules there a little bit, that she was taking so much beating.
She was more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's, don't piss off your mother.
I know, and once again, the only thing that could stop her is magic with this special incantation, which is an ancient book, right?
Right. And we should mention, she's using the Darkhold book.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of the Vishanti book.
Right.
Of course, there's dark and light in this whole scenario with magic.
Right.
And she's using that, which ends up corrupting her a bit.
Yeah.
Where she's now kind of becoming the most powerful being in the universe in order just to get to the other universe.
Right.
Another universe to be with those two boys that
Right.
you had in WandaVision.
Right.
And so that, because of that, she now is basically become a monster.
Well,
she's killing all these people.
And so anyways, after the Illuminati's wiped out, what happened?
Well, actually, so then his other version of Rebecca.
Oh, yes.
What's her name? Who's the actor? McAdams.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams.
The fetching Rachel McAdams.
Her name's Christine Palmer.
Christine, played by Rachel McAdams.
Yep.
She breaks out the America, what's her name, Chavez character, and the three of them walk down, and they were in the bowels of the Justice League in that universe to get away from Wanda. And this is where the whole thing of these doors are closing, and they're running down this tunnel, and somehow they're running full out, not injured, and she's like limping, and somehow she's keeping up with them the whole time. But every time this woman closes a door, the witch just blows it open and keeps going. And so they're running and door closed, and then all of a sudden, for some strange reason, one more door closes.
Well, and then he puts an incantation on it, and they go, is that going to hold her? And he goes, it just bought us a little bit of time.
So then all of a sudden it's the suspense moment.
Yeah,
and that's what...
So what happened was, the way they filmed this, it was so funny because it had all three of them like in a line looking at the door. And like, the door is shaking because Wanda's Scarlet Witch is trying to come through. And it reminded me immediately what we showed, Edgar Wright's fake trailer from Grindhouse of the movie Don't. Mm-hmm. Don't open that door. If you're
go to the window.
If you're thinking of going to the basement, don't go.
Don't.
Right.
Don't.
And in our last video of our last night in Soho, we featured some of this trailer. It was, I wish I could show you a side-by-side shot of the Doctor Strange people looking at the door, and then a side-by-side shot of this Don't trailer of them looking at the door, because it looked like the exact same scene. It was, and I was like...
The only reason we can is because there's no way we're going to get that scene available, because the movie just came out.
Right, we'll show you the door scene that we're talking about right now.
Don't.
If you are thinking of opening this door, don't.
Yeah, and
so there was a comedic moment.
And we were laughing. We were probably the only ones in the theater laughing at that moment because we were looking at that.
And we had talked. Sam Raimi was the director of this, and he has done Army of Darkness, which is up there. Great, funny movie. We had mentioned Bruce Campbell makes a surprise little cameo as a hot dog salesman, vendor.
Yeah.
But this is where Sam Raimi kind of adds his little touches in there. He's probably referencing that, but he's doing it so subtly that only hardcore fans might like figure it out.
So there was a scene where Doctor Strange needed to reach out to another multiverse to get something. And they said, well, you can't manipulate, anything other than yourself from another multiverse. And he goes, I got that covered. So in another multiverse, when America Chavez had showed up, she had brought the dead Doctor Strange from a different multiverse. So he takes this Doctor Strange and turns him into a zombie, which I go, where you got Marvel zombies, right?
Yep.
And the zombie is now acting on, like, as the avatar for Doctor Strange through a multiverse thread, right? And he's controlling this zombie Doctor Strange to go do something. But what happens is...
Technically a Revenant, because it's Doctor Strange imbibing his own body.
But what happens is he
definitely like doing this with a lot of these rules. You know, it's like this universe goes that way. I'm coming over here. My mind is going to go over there, but I'm over here. And then this dead guy who's from this universe is now here.
Now here doing this. And what happens is suddenly he's like, I can't 100% control this. So that zombie Doctor Strange kind of falls to his knees, and then all you see are these like ghostly kind of apparitions leaving his
like
body.
Skeleton kings.
And it looked like it was straight out of Evil Dead.
Right.
And I go, oh my gosh, do you see the Evil Dead here?
Oh yeah, total reference. And what the point of it was is they were telling him, you've broken the rules, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to break, because that's necromancy. And since you're doing that, basically they were going to kill him.
Right.
But they didn't realize that, they're going after this dead body, and they don't know that it's not really him.
Right.
So he has to kind of contend with them, and then what ends up happening? His love interest. We're kind of skipping a scene where he sees his other body in there.
Well, this is rapid review. So
his love interest, Christine, reminds him, Rachel McAdams reminds him that use their power, harness their power.
Right.
So then he now realizes he can take the power of these dead, these like ghost skeleton demons, sort of, use their power and create this kind of like super like zombie with almost looks like that one famous Indian god with like 8 arms.
Oh, Vishnu?
Yeah, we'll put the picture up. It's in, it looks like Vishnu because it has all these arms. Remember there was a couple of scenes where they show it and it has almost what looks like wings. And the thing can now fly, this like zombified. I know that there's going to be a Funko of that one, for sure. We got Funko, by the way, Venomized Doctor Strange over here. There's going to
some other Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, this Doctor Strange down over here, but it's definitely going to show up in some very elaborate, because when you see it in like, in just a picture form, it looks amazing. Because it's Doctor Strange as a zombie with his own like, decrepit body, but then he's got like all these like dark black demons like forming like its own arms behind him, and then he uses that power to basically go back into Wanda's universe and go against her.
Right. And so what happens is, what's interesting is once we get to the final showdown between Doctor Strange and Wanda, is there's the Scarlet Witch, but then there's also Wanda, right? And they're kind of going at it against each other, and you have the kids in the background not understanding what's going on, and they're afraid of the Scarlet Witch. And
well, they came up with a clever way to defeat her.
Right.
This is how they defeated her.
Well, yeah, because they're like, we're afraid of you.
Right. They made the kids be afraid of her, and that was the ultimate weakness. That
She's like, you shouldn't be afraid of me. I love you. I'm your mom.
I'm your mom.
I'm your mom.
Mom, what are you doing? You're scaring me.
Yes.
She's like, I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
Mom, you're a monster. I mean, it was like her worst nightmare came true. The kids that she's loved for all these time that were fake in the first place, the real ones are like, because she's hurting the real mom. And that was a big point in the movie, is that if she's actually going to take these kids on, she's going to have to kill herself in that universe.
Yep.
And so you've got two Wandas basically going against each other in that universe.
That was the downfall for the Scarlet Witch right there, is because the emotion and the actual humanity of her got the best of her, and she didn't want to harm the kids.
Right.
So then they were able to handle the Scarlet Witch there.
Right. And then there is a battle. They weaken her mentally, because now she realizes she really is kind of a monster.
Right.
And then while that happened with the kids in the other universe, because she's been transporting her mind out there doing the dream walking thing, they come back to our universe, and that's when the America Chavez takes the knife and stabs the Darkhold book.
Yes.
And basically destroys it.
Destroys it. You know what?
No, actually, she didn't do it. The side kick of the Supreme Sorcerer, who's tied up like this, runs in there, and then she says, I'll sacrifice herself. She does the Supreme Sacrifice.
She does sacrifice.
And she's the one, because the Supreme Sorcerer's up here, Wanda's in the back kind of distracted with her mental battle in the other universe.
So it's another sorcerer from the Strange Academy, if you will.
Yeah.
But
we'll throw her up here just to give her some creds.
Yeah. I'm just listening to you describe that, because she's in this universe, now she's reaching out to this verse. I don't know if my mind at the age of 20 would have comprehended this. You know what I mean?
Never mind, kids are going to be so confused, because it's going to go back and forth. Wait, she's over there, her mind's over there, but she's battling here. But then over there, she's battling there.
Right.
And then here, they're trying to kill the book. But then over there, they're trying to get her here. I mean, so it is very confusing. And I think that, unfortunately, caused a problem with the movie, because we've talked about this, where it just is so much back and forth. And you almost have to have a notepad on the side to keep track of, like, all right, hold on, where are they now? Can we pause?
Yeah. So, but So they finally get her under control, and kind of the movie wraps up where Doctor Strange returns to his universe. But what was interesting, there was another Doctor Strange he had to fight that had a third eye. Remember that? Like,
right. Well, and that was
forehead.
because Doctor Strange was using the Darkhold book.
Right.
And then, that was kind of freaky.
Yeah.
And so, I guess we're doing spoilers here.
How does it end?
So then he has to use the Doctor Who.
The good doctor.
This would totally be very confusing.
Wow, Doctor Who made an appearance in this one?
That would be awesome if he did.
Okay. So Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange ends up having to use the dark powers of the Darkhold book in order to, I forget why, maybe he had to get back over there or something, or maybe that's how he connected, that's how he actually got the kids to see her as a monster. That was where the manipulation came in.
Right.
But again, this movie can get very confusing because there's just so many fine details. And then because of that, you find out at the very end of the movie. So stay for the credits.
Yeah, there's 2 end credit scenes if you haven't seen it. So there's
the first one
is
where they reveal that.
They reveal, I'm trying to think what that one was.
That was the one where he reveals that he's got.
Oh, he's brought over the third eye, from this multiverse thing.
Well, no, actually, that was the second one where they introduced Charlize Theron, right?
No, so that was that one. Because the end one was just Bruce Campbell hitting himself going, it's over.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so Charlize Theron now introducing another character.
Yeah.
She's joined the Marvel Universe as Clea.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure. I don't know
what her tie-in. I don't know
She
that
also
from the
shows
comic
up in the extra credits, and she opens up a portal like a multiverse portal.
Says, we need you.
We need you. And so he's like, well, I'm ready to go. And then he looks at her, smiles, and all of a sudden he's got a third eye above his forehead. You're like, what? And then he jumps in.
Yeah.
So obviously he's now taken on the, some sort of power of the Darkhold.
Yeah.
Many Bothans died to bring us this information.
So, Dane, it's time for the Cult Lords ratings. But before we do the Cult Lords ratings, and we did do them yesterday, and I want to see if they changed overnight.
Let us digest a little bit of what...
Let's discuss what Rotten Tomatoes has for this. So, Rotten Tomatoes the critics have given this a 76%.
76?
Yeah.
Well, we already know that was close to us from yesterday.
So the audience has given this an 88%. So the audience really likes it. Now, this could change over time. This is opening weekend, and a lot of people are still going to see it for the first time. So this could easily change. But as of taping, that's what it is.
Okay.
So now let's look at our Cult Lords ratings.
The more important rating.
The more important ratings, because, that's just a warm-up. This is the main course.
This is your aperitif. We're the digestif of the rating world.
Okay. I don't know what aperitif and digestif means.
Aperitif is your before your meal.
Okay. I've never heard those words.
You've never heard it?
Are they French?
They're French, yes.
Okay. Well, then that's
helps you. Aperitif helps your food your stomach get ready for your meal. Digestive helps you at the end digest it.
Okay.
We're enjoying this digestif, by the way. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So, it's our Cult Lords rating.
All right, Cult Lord rating.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
3. Did it change any? No, I went up 1 point.
You went up 1 point. I stay the same.
Doctor Who says it stays the same.
Mine says this would be 8.2 in a different multiverse.
But one with a better movie?
Yeah. But for here,
a better version of the movie.
It is 7.5.
Well, we should say, too, we talked about things that could have been done better.
Actually, you know what?
Movie.
We should. Now that you've seen this, we're going to put these down, because sometimes this messes with the lens of the camera. Right?
Oh, that was a problem we had last time, but I have a feeling it's still with something over here.
I don't know.
We'll see. But the thing we forgot to mention too is that this was supposed to come out before Spider-Man in the multiverse, and then they had problems with it.
Edits.
They had some problems with it, so then they brought it out after. And to tell you the truth, I think it would have been better. It would have been more accepted as a better movie if it had been before, because a lot of the mystery of the multiverse is completely, the joke is out. You know, a cat's out of the bag with Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So I think, unfortunately, seeing that first and then seeing this, I think it brought this movie down. So we did I did a 7.4, went up higher than I was by 1. You went pretty much the exact same.
7.5.
So ironically, it's one of the first. We're both at the critics. We usually go back and forth here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And personally, I would have thought you liked it better for some reason. I just thought you were...
No. I mean, it was good. It was entertaining. But it could have been better.
Yeah.
It just could have been better.
Could have been.
But...
Coulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. The Cult Lord's ratings on Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Or is it the madness of the multiverse?
The madness of the multiverse. Or is it Doctor Who and the Multiverse of Madness? I don't know.
Doctor Who and Doctor Strange crossover event. You heard it now.
What other doctors can Dr. Jones? Dr. Jones.
Quincy, MD.
Okay. I don't know.
Dr. Jones.
Oh,
Short
Indiana,
round.
what is
Short
once
round.
yours is now mine.
Doctor? Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
And doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
All right.
Right.
All right. Well, we hope you liked Rapid, and I don't know how rapid this was. We want to get this to about 20 minutes. I think we're about 10 minutes over. I apologize. We're going to do better. There was so much to talk about in this, though.
Yeah.
So,
it was a difficult movie to skip details on because everything dives into other things. So,
it does.
But we want people to subscribe. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please comment and like the video. I mean, like I said, we always want to enlarge the crowd's discussion. So jump into the pool with us.
What do they call it when you can skip multiverses? What do they call that? American Chavez was doing that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh. If you could get any of your other selves to get into this multiverse and like and subscribe, that would be very helpful. So,
and abracadabra, we're out.